What up, YouTube Live? How's it going, everybody? Hmm. Where's my phone? Been looking for my phone all day. Oh, it's down there. I dropped it. Oh, let me get it real quick. All right, so I'm here to take some time off from, posting or preparing, I should say, not posting, preparing for my new reviews, which I will be posting tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But this news hit the web within the past hour, and it's just like, dude, I got a lot to say about this. And I know what you're wondering. You're probably asking, like, Rama, how come you're talking about Dave Chappelle when you didn't make a video about Wonder Woman hitting HBO Max, or Black Panther 2 starts filming in July? Okay, Wonder Woman hits HBO Max Christmas Day. Okay, Black Panther 2 starts filming in July. That's it. What more do you need me to say? So I don't have a lot of strong opinions other than, like, yeah, what you see on the news, it's already out there, and I mean, that's just a few words and that's it. But in the case of Dave Chappelle, I do have strong opinions about this one, and let's just get with what's happened first. All right, and let me get to Variety here. And I'll make the font bigger so you can read it as I read. You can read along as I read it too. Can you see it? Netflix has removed Dave Chappelle's comedy sketch series Chappelle Show after the comedian requested them to do so. Dave Chappelle himself asked Netflix, "Hey, can you guys take that down, please?" Now, if you're wondering, if you had been living under the rock for the past 20 years. Chappelle's Show is one of the best, funniest comedy sketch shows ever. It ran only for like 2 seasons though, on Comedy Central. This was, I think, this was like right after 9/11, and Chappelle hit the public with this show, and it just caught on like wildfire, man. Everybody loved it. I was in college. I was around sophomore in college when the show premiered, and I was a huge fan. I don't remember all of the sketches, if you ask me nowadays, but Millennial 1 is here. Dave Chappelle is probably a clone, and that's why he did it. and let me ask you guys, what are some of your favorite Chappelle Show sketches? Because one of my favorites was do you remember Chappelle was on the airplane. He was sleeping and he had this newspaper on his lap, and then the camera pans from the front to the back of like diversity on the airplane. You got you got the Middle Easterners, you got the African Americans, you got the whites, you got the Native Americans, and they all like really dogging on each other in their heads or in their minds. And of course, my second favorite Dave Chappelle's Chappelle's Show sketch, the Wayne Brady. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke up? I can't say the B word anymore. I don't know what word is allowed or not allowed anymore on YouTube, because if I say it, then I'll get demonetized, and I don't want to get demonetized, freaking YouTube. But the Wayne Brady sketch, classic. And of course, Rick James, Rick James, I'm Rick James. So again, I can't say the B word anymore. It's freaking YouTube, man. So such a buzzkill, right? Here's the thing. I did not know actually that Chappelle's Show was available on Netflix. I have Netflix account. And I've been binge watching Netflix, and I've been reviewing Netflix shows and movies. I guess I missed out on that memo. I didn't get it. How long has the show been available on Netflix? Can you guys tell me? But anyway, now Dave Chappelle asked Netflix to remove the show. Not his specials, he's got his stand-up specials with Netflix. Those are still on. and those are part of his deal with the streaming service. But he's asking Netflix to remove Chappelle's show, and Netflix says yes. And you got to give credit where credit is due, and I think Netflix, the quickness or the promptness of them granting Chappelle's request, that says a lot about Netflix as business people, So here's the thing. Let me read the next paragraph here. Chappelle revealed the news in a lengthy Instagram video called Unforgiven, which featured footage from a recent stand-up gig. During the performance, Chappelle claimed he never got paid after leaving the Viacom CBS-owned show. By that, he is referring to Comedy Central. Comedy Central is owned by Viacom. And I'm going to show you the video of him saying that, alright? It's on Twitter, so I don't have to read this whole paragraph of him saying it. I'm going to just show you him saying it. But my guess is that Viacom, that owns Comedy Central, I guess they sell the license fee or the rights to the show to other streamers or other platforms that want to also host the show. Such in this case is Netflix. But excluded from that deal is Dave Chappelle, the creator himself. That's messed up. You're making money off of somebody's popularity, but you're not paying that said somebody. That's messed up. In a just and fair world, you gotta get paid for your intellectual property, for your talents, for your copyrights. You gotta get some royalties for it. That's how it is. That's how a lot of artists survive. And you might say, hey, but Chappelle's already rich, man. He doesn't need the money. He can burn a Ben Franklin if he wants to. But that doesn't matter. It's a matter of principles, man. It's the matter of principles. So, yeah, this gets me riled up as a fan of Dave Chappelle. So where is that video of him saying it? There you go. It's on Twitter. So let me make it bigger. Can you see it? That's too big. That's too big. That's what she said. I'm not a comedian like Dave Chappelle. That's all I got. All right, here you go.
When I left that show,
wait.
I never got paid.
Wait. Let me turn down the volume on my music, or turn it off, I should say. There you go.
People think I made a lot of money for Chappelle's show. When I left that show, I never got paid. They didn't have to pay me because I signed the contract. But is that right? I found out that these people were streaming my work, and they never had to ask me, or they never had to tell me. Perfectly legal because I signed the contract. But is that right?
Hell
I
no.
didn't think so either.
So yeah, let me get the music back on for you guys so I can get my train of thought going again. Where are you? Testing. Wait.
That's why I like working for Netflix.
Oh, never mind. That's why I like to work for Netflix.
That's why I like working for Netflix. I like working for Netflix because when all those bad things happened to me, that company didn't even exist.
2003, I guess.
And when I found out they were streaming Chappelle's show, I was furious.
Ooh.
How could they not know? So you know what I did? I called them and I told them that this makes me feel bad.
Ooh.
And do you want to know what they did? They agreed that they would take it off their platform just so I could feel better. That's why I fuck with Netflix.
Yeah.
Because they paid me my money, they do what they say they're gonna do, and they went above and beyond what you could expect from a businessman. They did something just because they thought that I might think that they were wrong.
All right, so there you have it. There you have it. Dave Chappelle himself, in his own words. So kudos to Netflix, like I said earlier. You know, I gotta say, to this day, I'm still bummed out that we never got season 3 of Chappelle's show. What we got was like lost episodes, you know, like unaired episodes, like, because the Dave Chappelle kind of ran off after that. I guess this has to do with it, this whole, you know, shenanigan with Viacom. So we never got season 3, and it was such a fantastic show. Here you go, some of the retweets here. Dave Chappelle asked Netflix to take down Chappelle's show because Viacom CBS didn't pay him for licensing his own show. Excuse me. And Netflix obliged, which I applaud Netflix for. That just shows what type of great relationship they have. So, my next thought would be, how uncool Viacom is, man. It's like really taking advantage of somebody's artistry, somebody's talents, like putting together a show is not easy. And so for you to take advantage of, or to take the benefit of it without giving the creator, the talent behind the show, any compensation, I think that borderline's villain. You know, that's like comic book villain, man. And that reminds me of a story from not too long ago, a few years back. I don't know if you remember this. This was before Kevin Hart got fired by the Oscars. You know, I believe it was Amy Pascal from Sony. Oh yes, I remember now. Sony Pictures. Remember their emails got leaked by North Korean hackers during the interview movie. One of the leaked emails revealed that at one point Sony Pictures asked Kevin Hart to do them a favor. I want to say along the lines of a promo or a commercial for them. You know, something like, "Hey Kevin, you know, we're tied, right? We're tied. Can you do us a solid and kind of, you know, give a shout out on your Twitter, you know, about this show that we have, you know, maybe promote it on your Twitter." And Kevin Hart said to them, and this is in the leaked email, it's like, "Okay, fine, I'll post it on my Twitter. Give me $3 million, you know, because that's how much I'm worth in doing this promotion for you guys." And in the leaked emails, you know, because ultimately Sony's like, "No, we're not gonna pay you $3 million just for, you know, a tweet." And in the leaked emails and the exchanges between the studio heads, they're like, "Who does he think he is? You know, Kevin Hart." You know, they were just like so furious at him. It was like, you know, calling him names, like, you know, ungrateful, like we made him, or like, no, dude. Kevin Hart is an artist. Whether or not you agree with Kevin Hart as a comedian, whether or not you think he's funny, he knows what he's worth. All right. Remember that Rocky Balboa speech in the movie Rocky Balboa, Steve, with Sylvester Stallone, saying to his son, you know, if you know what you're worth, then go out there and get what you're worth, right? I know what I'm worth. I ain't worth shit. I can't go to a studio head's like, "Hey, pay me $3 million and I'll post you a tweet about this," because I don't got that many followers. I'm not popular. I'm not famous, you know. But you know, once you increase your value, you know how much your worth is, you know, because you're the brand. You are yourself are the product. You're the walking brand. You know, so you know how much you need to get paid for your services. You know, that's in the case of Dave Chappelle, and that's in the case of Kevin Hart, and all these artists. So it's understandable, and I'm sure if, for example, if it's not Sony Pictures studio heads, maybe it's For example, if it's Foot Locker store, it's like ask Kevin Hart or ask Dave Chappelle, hey, can you post a tweet about our store, and we'll pay you how much 5,000 is all we can get, It's like, yeah, fine, I'm sure Kevin Hart will be willing to negotiate. The same with Dave Chappelle. But Sony Pictures, they got a lot of money in the bank, man. They could pay $3 million for a tweet. So I know I sound like I'm going off on a tangent, but my point is that you can't expect somebody as big as Dave Chappelle to just, hey, it's okay. We'll air his show on our platform and we're not gonna pay him. He's fine. He's not gonna get. Dude, he's already a millionaire. Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, these guys are already millionaire. They don't care. It's like we can ride on his coattails. We can ride on the coattails of their fame, of their popularity. We'll just say that they promote us. Like, oh yeah, the Chappelle show on our platforms. People are coming to our platform in droves because of his name. But we're not gonna pay him. We're not gonna pay for what he's worth. We're not gonna pay for what his value is. And you can't do that. You can't do that to somebody like Dave Chappelle. Man, he is his own brand. He is his own product. His comedy, his talent, that's what he sells to the world. And you gotta pay him. That's the only right and fair, just thing to do. And of course, Viacom not paying Dave Chappelle, like Dave Chappelle says here on the video, that's just bad business work, man. Bad business. Again, it borderlines comic book villains. It's horrible. You can't do business like that. Kind of like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is known for not paying his constructions contracts, back when he was in real estate. I was like, you can't do that. You gotta pay them. They do work for you. You gotta pay them. Chappelle's show was a ton of work to put together. If you want to have the Chappelle show licensed to all kinds of platforms, then you gotta pay the man. It's the only right thing to do, man. So I'm gonna end on this note that good on Netflix for being good businessmen. Unlike Viacom that sells the rights to them and takes the money for themselves. And I think you can still watch the Chappelle show on YouTube. I think at least some of the segments are free, not all of it. So I'm not sure how that works either. Maybe Viacom sold the rights to YouTube as well. So maybe Dave Chappelle wants to knock on YouTube's door as well. If I were him, I would do that too. But and the last point is that if I were Dave Chappelle, and if you were in Dave Chappelle's shoes, if you were to sign away your talent, if you were to sign away your show, if you were to sign away, the rights to whatever you're selling, your product, your service. Make sure you read the fine print, man. You read the fine print. I'm not saying that Dave Chappelle, screwed up, but I'm just saying that Dave Chappelle, at least his representatives, if his representatives screwed up, maybe he could have, foreseen or at least read the fine print and make sure that at least the legal binding contract includes some clause that emphasize that he gets some money for any time the license or the rights get licensed off or sold off to somebody, that he gets royalties. So when you do business with anybody, all you folks at home, as minute as it may be, even like selling lemonade stands by the side of the street, make sure you do business right, give or take, right? Transaction. Keep your end of the bargain. Make sure the other person does too. and read the fine print. You don't want to get screwed over. There's a lot of ways that big businesses can screw you over on, and I think in this case, Dave Chappelle got screwed over by Viacom. It didn't have to come to this, but that's where he is right now. Viacom, I don't know. I don't think they have released any comment regarding this latest news. But as a fan, I hope that Viacom do the right thing. And until then, all that Dave can do is just probably knock on every other platform that has his show on and be like, hey, can you remove that, please? Can you take that down, please? You know, and whatever the responses of those platforms are, that will reflect, you know, what they are as business people. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. See, I knew I had to say something about this. Because if I were to talk about my Wonder Woman hitting HBO Max on Christmas Day, that's it. Only 1 second. But Dave Chappelle, oh man, big fan. Got a lot to say about that guy. All right. Share your thoughts about this latest entertainment news. What do you think about this topic? Do you agree or disagree with my assessment? And where do you stand on the whole Dave Chappelle versus Viacom? What do you think of Netflix's decision? And what do you theory? Give me theories. You know, what do you think Viacom should do? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, subscribe. All right, let's rock this.